Hello, I'm Melissa Cochran, the Wellbeing Development Manager at Pharmacist Support. In case this is your first time meeting us, Pharmacist Support is an independent charity, and we offer a wide variety of free and confidential support services to those working and studying in pharmacy. If you'd like to know more about the support available to you, please visit our website at pharmacistsupport.org. Today we will be exploring the topic of sleep. I find it fascinating knowing how important it is for our physical and mental functioning, and how for many of us, it can be one of the first things to go when we're stressed or busy. I hope you enjoyed this video and get some good ideas and tips to help you with your sleep. Oxford University scientists have found that we're getting 1 to 2 hours less sleep per night than we were 60 years ago. In an 8-hour sleep cycle, that's up to 25% less sleep per night. This can have a significant effect on people's quality of life. Does this sound familiar? In this workshop, we'll look at what sleep does for us, why in general we're getting less sleep, and what we can do about it. I think this quote by Dr. Rangan Chatterjee sums it up beautifully. It is a core physiological process that many of us inadvertently regard as optional. Sleep is a core need of our bodies, without which we cannot function. In fact, we spend more than a third of our lives sleeping, and yet we tend to think of it as something we can get away with not doing. There's the ever-present image of the student who's burning the candle at both ends. It's really important for trainees not to fall into this cycle if possible, as sleep can also impact memory. So during sleep, memories are shifted to more efficient and permanent brain regions, making it easier to recall memories and facts. This is especially important when it comes to being a trainee, because there can be a temptation to stay up late in order to revise, thus sacrificing sleep for revision. This can inadvertently make it more difficult to recall the information you have been learning when you need it. Autophagy. Autophagy is the brain's spring cleaning process. Researchers believe that during sleep, we clean out beta amyloid, which is a protein that accumulates in the brains of Alzheimer's patients. Getting good sleep can also help us to have a good immune system and good immune system function. I'm sure we can all recall a time when we were worn out and ended up becoming ill. Sleep is an important piece of the puzzle alongside other healthy lifestyle factors, such as eating well and getting adequate exercise. And stress. Just like not having enough sleep can have a negative impact on our immune system, lack of sleep can also make us more vulnerable to stress. It can become a vicious cycle, as stress can make us less able to sleep, and lack of sleep can make us more vulnerable to stress. It can be important to both address sources of stress in our lives and to do sleep hygiene practices such as those discussed in this workshop, as together they can lead to a greater ability to get into the right frame of mind and body for sleep. So why do we generally sleep less than people did 60 years ago? There are multiple reasons, some having to do with our sleep environment and some of them to do with our current lifestyle. Firstly, we're often surrounded by lights that don't go off at night. You might want to go through your bedroom to audit what's there. Are there lights on your phone when it's on charge? What about on your TV, your alarm clock, your internet modem? You're looking for any light that is present in your room when it's dark and you're trying to sleep. Light pollution from street lamps is another issue. Street lamps are much brighter than they used to be. We just had some installed on my road that are ultra bright, like halogen lights. These leak light through curtains and often throw out blue light. Blue light is in the spectrum that tricks our eyes into thinking it's daylight and time to be awake. This can then disrupt our circadian rhythm and make it more difficult to fall and stay asleep. There are two issues with televisions and watching shows before bed as well. One is that the blue light they emit can make it difficult for us to fall asleep. And the other is the content of what we watch at night. If we watch something that's exciting, disturbing, or thought-provoking, this can keep us from being able to relax and get into the right frame of mind for sleep. Smartphones and tablets are also sleep-stealing culprits. Again, the reason for this is twofold and has to do with both the blue light emitted from the screens, which we often hold close to our faces, and with the content. Light is just one of the culprits for reduced quality and quantity of sleep. Other factors include noise and the environment in your room. Take a moment to think about where you sleep, what could be negatively impacting your sleep, and any steps you can take to eliminate any of your sleep saboteurs. Most of the things we'll talk about on this page are in fact really simple. The first thing to do is to make your sleep environment dark. This can mean installing blackout window coverings, both to block out light from the street and to block out early morning light during the spring and summer months. But we know this isn't always possible for everyone. So simply investing in a high quality blackout eye mask could just do the trick. Where night lights are necessary, try to use red colored lights. It's a great tip, especially for parents, because light from the red spectrum doesn't keep us awake. If you think about light from fires and candles, which humans have used in the evenings for most of human history, it makes sense. Many parents report immediate results for their children when switching to red night lights. And don't use smartphones and laptops for at least an hour before bed. The reason for this is twofold. The blue light in our eyes can make our brains think it's time to be awake, and the content of what we're looking at can sometimes be stimulating or anxiety-provoking. And here's a life hack. If you must use your smartphone or tablet before bed, wear blue light blocking glasses. These are not expensive, and they do help. Some phones also have a setting in which you can reduce or emit blue light. Have a look to see if yours has this function, as it's quick, but a really useful hack. You still have to be aware of the content you're looking at, though, of course. More things that you can do are to establish a good nighttime routine. The brain and body like routines, so if you try to go to bed and get up at the same time every day, that can be helpful. Do things that signal to your mind and body that it's time to unwind and go to bed. Put away stimulating activities and get into your nighttime routine. Take a bath or a shower before bed. This is not just an old wives' tale, and research shows that bathing before bed can help with sleep. This is partly because it's relaxing, but it's also because when you go from a warm bath or a shower to a cool room, your body temperature drops. This helps to create an environment the body prefers for sleeping. Another thing you can do is read a book before bed. It can be a great wind down activity with one caveat. Make sure that what you're reading is not stimulating, exciting, or anxiety provoking. You're aiming for something that is light and easy to wind down to. And make the hour or two before bedtime screen-free time. This is important for the reasons we discussed above, because of the blue light and because you don't want to become too stimulated by content right before bed. And caffeine. You wouldn't drink half or a quarter of a shot of espresso right before bed, so do remember that caffeine can be a major sleep disruptor. Caffeine in small doses can increase performance, but the half-life of caffeine is about 4 to 6 hours, meaning that half of the caffeine is out of your system in that amount of time. The rest of the caffeine can take just as long to be eliminated, so being aware of when you have your last caffeinated drink can be really important. And I'd also recommend not checking emails before bed. This can be really important, as with technology, we can be reminded of stressors and tasks we have to do at any time. Try to create a cutoff point after which you won't check emails. I hope you've found this video useful. It's been great to share this information with you. If you'd like more information about sleep and what you can do to get a better night's sleep, please visit our website, pharmacistsupport.org. Sweet dreams.